911, police, fire, medical.
Hi, I'm a student at Jesuit High School, and my teacher just fell on the ground. I think he had a heart attack.
We heard a crash on the opposite side of the room, and so everyone was just confused. We didn't know what was going on until we could hear Mr. Wendt fighting for air. We'd hear him just like gasping for breath.
I still remember seeing my hand like this. That's the last thing I remember.
My mind was going 100 miles a minute. I was just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? But my body just seemed to just go. And it was just complete instinct. I was just like, you can't just stand here, you gotta go. I'm a certified lifeguard, so my training just kind of kicked in, and I ran over, and after a few breaths, he just stopped breathing altogether.
My heart stopped. I was gone.
At first, I was completely second-guessing. I was like, well, what if there is a pulse and I just didn't feel it? I mean, then I'm just going to be hurting him by just like pounding on his chest. And it's just like, do you want to take that chance? And so I just went for it, and I just focused on counting my chest compressions.
The next live moment for me was in the hospital somewhere.
They basically just said, like, thanks to you guys, thanks to the immediate care he got, he has a chance.
Here we are, supposedly taking care of our students, and oftentimes it turns out they're taking care of us.
I don't feel like a hero. I just feel like a person who was put in an extraordinary situation, and thanks to the Red Cross, I was able to get through it.
We came home and I saw the windows look pretty black and dark, so I opened the door and the smoke just, almost knocked me out.
Yeah, it was pretty scary to think that we could have had 2 or 3 kids downstairs sleeping, and that fire happened right on their bedroom wall. It was our brand new house. We spent a lot of time and energy and love on our home, and it was gone.
My bed was right there. My dress was right there.
You don't think when you get in a fire that there's going to be somebody that's going to open their heart up to you and let you talk to them and, offer you stuff. You don't
even think about half the things that you're going to need.
Is just, oh my gosh, I've lost everything.
Red Cross stepped in and said, we want to help you stay together, and we want you to have some peace tonight. And I appreciate it. You're just in so much shock that you've lost everything, and you just don't know where to go. You don't know what to do, and they set you down and say, here's a motel for the night. Here's a motel for a second night. Here's vouchers for clothing, because you're going to need those. Here's somebody to talk to if you just can't handle what's happened. And that meant a lot.
I started taking CPR and first aid classes when I was 10. From a very early age, I was taught right away that you need to know what to do. All I remember now vividly is the cyclist flying through the air. And the guy flew for about 50 feet and landed in the street, and I knew it was bad. And I pulled my car over and blocked traffic with it and got out and helped him here. So it was a horrible scene. He was unconscious and bleeding very badly. He was curled up on his side. So I got down real close and was talking to him and trying to see if he was breathing okay. But I realized later that probably my biggest job on the whole scene was not first aid, but just protecting him. Making sure that things weren't done to him that didn't need to be done. The Red Cross is vital. You can't have enough trained people on the street. To me, it's about enabling people to use these skills so that they can help. It's horrible to be a person that's stuck on the sidelines not knowing what to do. It's a horrible feeling. You're not helping anyone, and I hope that the people who leave my classes feel like that they know what to do and they can adapt and use their skills and use their knowledge and help people, and that they'll be willing to do it when the time comes.
When we were sitting out there in the grass, just watching our house be destroyed, a lady walked up and gave me a coat and sat with me and just held me. And it felt good. Because whether my friends or family were there or not, this woman who doesn't know me just took the time to tell us that she cared. And that felt really good.
We're able to do a lot with a very little. And it's a great thing. You know, how many people we train every year, how many people donate blood here, how many people are served by our disaster services. You know, we haven't had a big hurricane here or a big earthquake in some time, but we're ready. You know, we're ready for these things. And I don't think people realize that until the time comes. And then they're like, wow, I'm really glad they're there. And I'm glad to be a part of that.
The first thing my doctor said to me after all of this happened, he looked at me with big eyes. He didn't even say hello. He said, Michael, you were dead. Because I had alert students who acted and took a risk to act on my behalf or anyone else's behalf, I'm here. One of the things I think about in terms of Red Cross is CPR. CPR, defibrillator. CPR, Carrie, Cole. There are names attached because people were ready. They may not have known they were ready, but they were ready. And maybe that's, in large part, what Red Cross is.
I owe everything to the Red Cross because they helped me. I mean, people say that I saved a life, but I didn't. The Red Cross saved that life that day.